everyone, welcome to Jaja Draws. So today I am going to be painting some shoes. Of course, this was inspired by Mariah Elizabeth. It had never occurred to me before that I could take one of those cheap pairs of canvas shoes and just paint on it to my heart's content to get some customized shoes that were just for me. So thank you to Mariah Elizabeth for sparking that brain thought. Anyway, obviously the first thing that I had to do was go around and tape off all the bits that I wanted to protect from the paint. I used washi tape for this, and I have to say I think it was probably a mistake. I got the washi tape because I wanted to do something that I could use to tape down my watercolor paper without creating too strong a bond, and it worked great for that. But unfortunately, that whole not creating too strong a bond thing, yeah, it kind of doesn't create a strong bond, particularly not on the rubber of the sole. So I had a number of accidents in that area. Anyway, I decided to try mixing my own fabric paint for this. So I'm using just straight up regular acrylic. And then I bought some glycerin. I'll link in the description down below the site where I reference this. But basically, I looked this up and it seems like you can use a mixture of 1 part glycerin to 5 parts water. And then about 1 part of that mixture to 5 parts paint, and it will turn into a decent fabric paint. I haven't had a chance to wear these shoes out yet or really break them in at all, but the coverage worked really well. So I'm hoping that this becomes a viable solution for painting on fabric, because I would love to not have to buy separate fabric medium. A little bit of glycerin goes an awfully long way. So while I was working on these, my daughter came in and noticed what I was doing. And she's also a huge fan of Mariah Elizabeth. So, of course, she had to express her feelings about these shoes that I was creating, which started with, "Hey, Mom, can I wear them?" Because you insist on getting older. No, these are mine.
Nope, they're mine.
They are mine, and you don't even fit them yet.
They're mine.
You don't even know what I'm going to paint on them yet.
Well, I can still wear them.
They're mine.
They are mine.
They're mine.
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 Yes, my daughter and I are those crabs from Finding Nemo. So I started off basing everything out in green. The front of the shoe, as you can see, I custom mixed a darker green for, and then I did a lighter green on the side panels, and then I went back and hit those rear panels with the dark green again, because I didn't want it to be sort of a flat color. I wanted there to be some difference in value, but I did want the whole thing to be green. You'll see why in just a minute. Doop, doop, boop. Oh, so satisfying to be able to do that with editing. Now I'm going in and drawing on the shoes my actual theme. You've seen the thumbnail, you've seen the title. You've probably heard of the Untitled Goose game, or if you haven't, you've definitely seen the memes, and just maybe don't know where they come from. I have played the Untitled Goose game, not all the way through. It's certainly not a game that I'm super familiar with, but I'm still a huge fan of it. And the reason is because I love the horrible goose. A while ago, I was exposed to a piece of, I'm going to call it freeform pose poetry that someone wrote about the goose in the game. Or, you know what? I can't really describe it. Let me go ahead and just read you an excerpt from it. Link below for the full text. I wobble my snake front body and I waggle my bag back body, and they meet in the middle to plan a bad idea to upset you. I flap back and forth my business rear for balancing, and I snapple-pap my feet all up and down the town for terrible reasons, and you don't like it. I am the goose, and you are the miserable boy with no hunk. I invented my body, and it was the best idea. No, it doesn't make sense. You have to accept that it doesn't make sense. Much like the natural thoughts of a goose that would wreak havoc and destruction on a town. Anyway, I self-identify with this goose, and I love it. And I thought to myself, you know what I need? I need some horrible goose shoes. So that's what I'm doing right here. I am painting myself some horrible goose shoes. And oh my God, I'm so delighted with them. The Untitled Goose Game is actually unlined art, but I felt like on the shoes it really needed the line work in order to help stand out and make it more distinct. So I did do that, but only along the outside. I didn't really give it a lot of interior line art. Since I made one goose honking and one goose flapping, those being my two favorite goosey activities, I went ahead and titled the shoes Flap and Honk, and I gave them some orange dots in the back just to break up the solidity of the color. It was super satisfying going in and peeling off all that tape. And then I went in with Mod Podge to try and seal the shoes. I'm not actually sure how well the Mod Podge is going to work. Again, I haven't had a chance to wear these out and about. But as I understand it, it can work as a sealant, and it is more flexible than some other sealers. So, got my fingers crossed. I've heard that Mod Podge can smear acrylics when you use it. And originally I wasn't super worried about it, but then, oh y'all, tragedy occurred.
No, 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 no!
It's okay. I just finished sealing it up, and then I did a brief touch-up above the sealant to cover up that horrible streak. And, if that bit chips, then I'll just recover it again later. I must have had a wet spot there, I think, because that was actually the only bit that smeared. So I must have had like a dollop of black that was in one of the crevices that hadn't dried yet. Here are my goosey shoes, and I gotta say, I love them. I cannot wait to be able to go out of the house and wear them again. That is, of course, assuming that my daughter lets me wear them.
Yes, they are.
Still my shoes.
Still the shoe.
Don't make me fight you to the death.
Arson.
Arson?
Arson to person.
Oh my God.
Thanks for watching. Bye.